Shalom Akim, Wa'akwathem. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Makakwadash. I'd like to proceed this lesson with giving double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who do well and teach well. In this lesson, it's going to be in transit. Got to do some errands real quick. But I wanted to go ahead and read this, the book of Ecclesiasticus, also known as the book of Sirach, chapter 2, verse 1, and it reads, "My son, if thou come to serve the Lord Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, prepare thyself for temptation." This is the topic that I'm going into right now, man, because, being in this truth, man, temptations come at us way harder, man. Shaitan, comes at us way harder, man. Especially being around brothers in the truth, man, where there's more congregated, man, the demons are, coming at you at a higher level, man. But I just wanted to, hit on this real quick because, hey, we're not exempt from going through these things, man. There's certain things in this flesh that we still got to fight off, man. I'm speaking for myself first and foremost, man. Certain things we got to put off for this truth, man. Renewing our mind, in this truth, man. Putting off the old man. Put off the old man and becoming that new creature, man. As the scriptures say. I'm going to be paraphrasing a lot of scriptures right now. Because I don't, just being wise, don't want to be on my phone as much, driving. But, like becoming a new creature in Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, this is what we got to, strive for, man. There might be, things you might have done in this world, certain friends that you really may need to, break contact with, man. Hey, for the betterment of your walk in this truth, man. Just a testimony for me, man. I never had gone sleep paralysis until I started, teaching and being in this truth, man, learning this truth. That's how I know that, hey, this word is real, man. This is the real truth, man. Regarding you, so-called Negroes, Latinos, Hispanics, and Native Americans. That's who this Bible was for, man. It's not for any other nation on the world, on this earth, but for the 12 tribes of Israel. At certain times, when we get these certain urges, man, we gotta let the spirit fight for us, man. Don't let this flesh overtake us, man. We gotta gird up our loins with whatever we face, man. And run to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai when times get tough, man. Let me get this real quick. Bear with me, Salakia. It's the book of Proverbs, chapter 18, verse 10 in the KJV. And it reads, "The name of the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai is a strong tower. The righteous runneth into it and is safe." The righteous runneth into it and is safe. Speaking about you so-called, Negroes, Latinos, Hispanics, and Native Americans, because that's who this truth, pertains to, man. No other nation on earth, just want to clarify that. But it might be certain things that, we might deal with, certain brothers, might be dealing with women, over drinking at points, and I'm speaking for, from personal experience, man. I'm just bringing this up from my own personal experience, because, hey, even the strongest men in the Bible, had fallen, from women, man. Let me see. Let me get this one real quick. it real quick. It's the book of Proverbs, chapter 31, verse 3, and it reads, "Give not thy strength unto women, nor thy ways to that which destroyeth kings," man. You know, don't give your strength to these women, man. You know, you got to put your foot down when you're in this truth, man. You know, not letting your woman, you know, tell you what to do, man. You know, or not letting your woman, you know, not allowing your woman to, you know, stress you out, and so she, you know, so much that she causes you to fall out of this truth. You know, we're too close to the end, you know, to be falling, you know, because hey, we're close to Jacob's trouble fully hit in full effect, man. You know, to be you know, started in full-fledged, man. You know, again, Proverbs 31 and 3, "Give not thy strength unto woman," you know, in any ways, you know, not doing the things that she wants you to do, you know, following her beliefs, you know, going to church with her, you know, going to you know, to their harlot house that they may go to, you know, let her go on her own, man, and do your part, man. You know, and tell her what it is, man. Tell her, you know, put your foot down. You know, hey, if she's still going to that church, man, you know, hey, just let her do what you got to do. But you got to do what you have to do for this truth, man. And it reads right here, nor thy ways to that which destroyeth kings, man. You know, and this can go into a lot of things, man. You know, what's that one precept? You know, don't be yoked with unbelievers.